It's cold this morning. Me and Nick are headed in. We're gonna go back to a spot that I hunted by myself. Had a pretty good sit in here. I packed all my gear back in there and got set up in a tree right at daylight. And about 5 minutes later, a nice buck came through. I didn't realize how nice he was until I got the footage back on the computer at home. I would have definitely shot him. Any legal buck is in trouble out here on public land for me at this point. They gotta have 4 points on a side here, and I just couldn't tell, between trying to get my bow and get the camera on him in case he walked right under me. I just couldn't tell. It was early in the morning. I didn't have time to get my binos on him to be counting points, and he got through my shooting lane before I figured out he was big enough to shoot. So we're going right back in there, though. I don't think I spooked him. Last I seen him, he just had his nose to the ground and was going up in the cedars behind me. And I saw like 6 does and fawns in here the other day, too. I watched every one of those deer walk right underneath one tree up there. I watched them and marked that tree, and me and Nick are going to get in it this morning.
Come on.
Come on. Don't think we buggered anything.
I didn't hear nothing. No, not at all. Perfect.
Deer. Yeah, deer. Deer coming right at us. Where is it? Freaking saw us up here. I should have never tried to reach around and turn on that dang GoPro.
Either that or it saw me trying to get behind the tree.
Yeah, I mean, it saw us moving for sure. I couldn't tell what it was. And I reached around and turned on the GoPro and grabbed my bow and turned around, and I couldn't see it moving anymore. Definitely saw us. Dang it.
Was it just down in that little dip?
Did you see it take off?
No, I heard it.
Yeah. It was down there about 35, 40 yards. Just slinking up through there. They don't make no noise when they're in them cedars because there's no leaves to step on. We'll try harder next time. It didn't sound like a big deer running off.
It didn't sound big at all.
That's what we'll tell ourselves.
Yeah, it was a fawn.
The other day there was a little more of a breeze, and that's what it was doing the whole time. I wonder if it's because it was so calm. Our scent was just falling
Falling right down into that, maybe. Just before that little breeze kicked up, I was dropping some and it was going right down there.
curious if that ain't the deer that come in and boogered earlier.
Could have been.
Because he stopped in that same spot and went whipping his nose up. But that time our wind was hitting me like this. I'm wondering if he ain't the one that come in early.
And he looked right up here at us.
Yeah. Little spike bug. Just come in here right below us. But right before he showed up, I grabbed my bow because I thought I heard a grunt back here to the left. I mean, right up in the direction he's walking.
Yeah.
I thought I heard a grunt up there. Just one time, but I mean, I heard it out my left ear and it sounded like I'm 90% sure it's a buck grunt.
And with him going up there, I mean,
That would make sense.
this morning our thermals were just pulling right down there to him where he tried to come up. Now our wind is like this.
Now it's hitting us right. Hit that branch once.
Get your pocket knife out and notch that tag.
Well, somehow I didn't injure myself that time, so that's a success in itself.
Small victories.
There. Doe. Easy. I think he was right at 30. Be ready, because if he comes through behind her. She's up in the cedars now. Just had a doe come through pretty quick. Me and Nick heard a twig break. I grabbed my bow. About the time I turned around, I could hear it trotting. It was a doe. She come right through there about 25 yards with her mouth open. She looked behind her a couple times, didn't she?
Yeah.
Surely there's a buck in there.
I feel like I can definitely hear one down there.
Right here, on the left. Yeah, right here, big buck. Yeah.
I'm on him.
Back. Yeah.
That thing walked 3 feet from our packs. Didn't smell us for sure. Didn't see us. Did not like me grunting at him. What else was I gonna do? He was gonna get clear past us.
He never had a clean shot to the left.
Right there.
No, over here. When he popped out right here.
When he was over here. He was running at me the whole
I
time.
couldn't tell. I couldn't look in the viewfinder. I couldn't tell.
I mean, he was just coming. He was coming right at the tree.
Yeah.
I mean, this.
The good thing is that doe went up here.
I can't believe that just happened.
Big buck.
I thought he was dead. I saw him coming right at the tree. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna
I thought
happen.
you were gonna shoot right there.
I was if he would have stopped. I do not want to shoot one straight down, but I was trying to find a way to shoot through that dadgum cedar tree, but there's just too much branches. That's a freaking doe, dude.
I'm all kind of shook.
Oh my gosh. We just been talking about how there's big sign all the way down through here. I hunted here the other day. I saw a nice buck, but I didn't feel like it was a buck that was laying down all that sign. Me and Nick had just seen a spike buck this morning, but we thought we heard a deer grunt over there earlier. And about 15 minutes ago, we had a doe come busting through with her mouth wide open. Act like she was in heat. She come over here about 30 yards away. And then I heard it moving, heard him running, and looked over here, and here he was coming right. It's like, how's he know she's up here?
Yeah.
That thing, he didn't want to be moving slowly through these woods. He was trying to get from cover to cover. And when I was grunting at him, he was freaked out by it.
He just would have stopped right there.
I didn't know what else to do.
No, you
I was
gotta-
like, I gotta stop him right here. And if he would have stopped an opening, we would have had him dead. But there was no way I could get him right where he was at. It was just, God, look at me. That thing was right there, Nick. I figured for sure he was gonna come through right there.
And why would he come up over there?
I mean, there's no way he smelled us.
No, he didn't smell us.
He definitely didn't smell us. He just heard me grunting right above him. It's like, well, there's something wrong with that. That freaked him out. Oh man, full draw right there. Just too much brush.
I wonder if he could see the movement too, because I'm filming him off this left side here. And he starts trying to come right under us. So I gotta swing down and go to follow him.
He was clear out here when I was grunting at him. I didn't grunt to stop him until he got like right out in here. He's just gonna run by us otherwise.
He was just gonna run and catch her trail and go up.
Yeah. That was a tank, Nick.
It's a big deer.
Hunted so many times in these big woods and been in a big sign, but have not laid eyes on a big buck.
He just did.
Yeah, I mean,
Could have spit on him.
yeah, literally could have peed on him from here. He went between them two trees. I can't believe it.
He ran right next to that fallen down tree right there.
Me and Nick are talking. We cannot figure out how he knew where that doe was at. Because when she ran up here, she was to our right. She come up through there, tongue hanging out. She walked straight down window us, not a care in the world, act like she was in heat. And me and Nick are just ready. For the next 10 minutes, we didn't hear a thing. And then we heard some branches breaking down there right where she was at. And then everything went quiet again for a minute or two. And then boom, he come busting out of there to my hard left. So I don't know what the heck happened. He just knew where she was at, and he was trying to get there as quick as possible. Had to grunt really loud. Obviously, he hears that loud grunt coming from directly above him, and that ain't right. So he bounds off over here to 12, 13 yards and stops right behind the dang cedar tree. I mean, I hit the pin right on him, just branches everywhere. So I just didn't shoot. Was hoping he was going to walk another couple steps and maybe give me a chance, but at that point he'd had enough. He knew something wasn't right and he wasn't going to hang around any longer. He bailed back into that bedding area. I don't think he smelled us, and I don't think he saw us up here. Because you filmed him for a while behind that cedar tree, and eventually he just started kind of looking around, didn't he?
It was like 30, 40 seconds probably. He
Yeah.
stood there.
He wasn't just glued on us up here in this tree. I think he just had that kind of sixth sense about it, like, this is dangerous, I need to get the heck out of here, and he bailed. But he come down out of the thickest part of this thing. And that's where all those big rubs lead up into. That's where that little buck went earlier this morning. That's where that nice buck came out of the other morning when I was here by myself. Those bucks are staying up there in that thicket.
And that's where we're going to be.
That's where we're going to be. If we come back in here and hunt again, that's where we're going to be. But we got to get out now because we got work to do. And I don't think he's going to come back through here anytime soon. Not after that. I've seen some tacks and stuff and some deer stands close by. Like, people hunt these woods that we're in sometimes also. I think the only reason he's coming down here is because she's down here. He'd have stayed up in that thick stuff all day otherwise, don't you figure?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, about midday now, we're going to go ahead and climb out of here, regroup, lick our wounds a little bit, and figure out what to do next in here. But now we know there's one in here, leaving all that big sign that I found.
Yeah, I think we earned some pizza or something.
Yeah, we definitely earned a cold beer and some food.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're gonna do.
10-4.
So we'll see y'all soon. Be nice if we got that buck in the back of the truck.
It would be superb.
We don't. Still got an arrow on the rest, and he is alive and well.